Hello everybody, how are you? We're in Laguna Beach and we're going to take the time as we head back toward Los Angeles to talk about a community near here called Mission Viejo. We're going to talk a little bit about the background of the town and give you some ideas on what it's all about in case you want to visit or even move there, guys. So let's talk about the name first of all, and that'll give us a through line to discuss how it had developed. Mission Viejo, the direct translation from Spanish is vegetable mission. Now remember, the Spaniards sailed up and down the coast of California looking for places to claim land and establish missions. And down here in the Laguna Beach, Tustin, that kind of range, that kind of area, south of LA, south of Long Beach, all the way down the coast, the Mission Viejo, or vegetable mission, was such an important part of this area. Now, how did they develop the name? Well, when you think about the sailing ships coming from Spain, they really didn't have room for cows and chickens on the ships, but they had plenty of room for vegetables, and that's what they subsisted on for many months at sea. And then when they landed, they were able to start growing those vegetables, and hence the name Vegetable Mission. Now, a lot of people think that the vegetarian and vegan movements, which started in California, began in the late 1960s with the hippies and a return to more of a natural life. The communes in San Francisco and throughout the state. There is a certain amount of credibility to that, but I would say that the vegetarian and vegan lifestyle was resurrected in those days, but started back with the Spaniards when they landed here and really promoted the whole vegetable lifestyle. Now, at the Mission Viejo, or Vegetable Mission, they had an entire part of the mission set aside to store, sell, distribute, give away vegetables. And while the ranchos that you saw throughout the area, specifically in the San Gabriel Valley, that stretched for miles and miles, acres and acres, down here it had more of a vegetable bent. Okay, up there they would do the citrus, oranges, avocados. Well, down here it was more along the lines of lettuce. Okay, it's the kind of thing that you see now up near Monterey and through that whole region in Northern California. The as they say, the lettuce basket of the world up there. Well, they started that all down here, guys, because they came up from the south and those ships hadn't quite reached the San Francisco Bay Area. So all of the vegetable growing really began at the Vegetable Mission, or Mission Viejo as it's known in Spanish. So that is how the area developed, and that's why there's such an emphasis on natural lifestyle, on trying to get those vitamins and nutrients from vegetables. And that's why the veggie burger was invented here. That's why the Impossible Burger was invented here, the Beyond Burger. All of these different burgers that are keyed in on a meatless existence really began here at the Vegetable Mission back in the mid-1700s when the mission was formed. Now, the town itself, Mission Viejo, was, of course, centered around the mission, but remember that the Rancho era and the Mission era curtailed in the early 1800s as the land became more valuable and they started growing many more crops than they had in the hand-to-mouth era of the mission. Okay, so then the problem with that was that pestilence, pests, and crop failure really did a number on the area. So then they started looking at other industries to generate revenue for the crown of of Spain, and also for the church. And to be honest with you, they were pretty much intertwined at that point, okay? But now you had the Treaty of Guadalupe in 1848, which provided for the independence of this area from Mexico. Essentially, the United States took over this area from Mexico. They gave them some money and I think some In-N-Out coupons down there, and so Mexico could enjoy an In-N-Out burger, an animal style, secret menu meal, but they were off and running as part of the United States. So Mission Viejo began to generate new sources of revenue, and that included, developing the hip-hop scene down here. They started to make skateboards. Anything that they could do to, in the minds of the mission, give glory to the Lord, but also have enough revenue so they could pay for the Catholic schools, pay for the Friday night football games, because they've got to have the pads and the helmets and all that stuff. I mean, you can just pray that you're not going to get injured in the game, but it also helps to have a state-of-the-art helmet to protect your noggin. So guys, that is really how it all began. It was vegetables and the Catholic Church intertwined with the Kingdom of Spain, trying to establish the glory of God up and down the California coast. We're going to have so many more videos, guys, on this community. We're going to talk about how you can meet successful, sexy singles in Mission Viejo if you're in the market to establish a relationship. We're going to talk about the secret handshake, which is so critical if you're going to move here and try to ingratiate yourself in the community and do business and move up in the ranks of the political economic structure. You're going to need to know that secret handshake, and we're going to tell you exactly how to do it. We're going to examine some of the popular movies that are based on Mission Viejo, as well as songs that have been written about the area. There's just so many things. We're going to look at different businesses. We're going to talk to restaurant owners. We're going to review restaurants. So much is going on. Come on back. We're going to have a lot of fun.